What is going on, people? David During here. Another morning in Turks and Caicos, and I feel good. I feel good. Just woke up. Um, it's great when you can wake up and you have a great view from your hotel. You have a pool directly. My room is back there. You have a pool right, directly in front of your room. Then you have a wonderful view of the sea and everything that God created. Just a wonderful feeling. These lounge wicker furniture and everything like that. It's really great. And then, you know, you start thinking about your takeaways from your trip. And me as a traveler, um, I always think, what have I learned so far? And what am I going to take back from my trip? So, um, last week I created a video and it was talking about how um, I don't buy souvenirs anymore for friends and family. I kind of stopped that within like 3 to 4 years of traveling. So, like, I really got into traveling about, I would say, it's been 11 years now. Like, really heavily traveling, not just traveling once or twice a year, like, really heavily traveling. So, I would say about over a decade now. And yeah, I used to do that. I used to spend a lot of time going places, and then towards the end, because that's when towards the end of your trip, that's when you start looking for souvenirs. You start scrambling and thinking, what's the best gift I can get, and start just wasting money pretty much. I get it if you know for people who don't travel that much, or like if your parent was to ask you, hey, can you bring me back something? That's fine. That's no problem. But if you've been doing it for a long time, it's kind of a waste. It's a waste of time and it's a waste of money. You know, does that person really need an extra mug, or would it have been good for the person to come down and kind of make their own experiences? Yeah, so within like year four, I kind of like stopped doing it. I would get things and it's like I was saying in the video, it lacked functionality. It collect dust. Sometimes it became broken, and then what? So, but if you were to take the same trip with the person, you could remember it. Like I remember, I went like growing up, I went on no family trips, but that's why I was so happy when I was able to take my father to. I took him to two trips. One to San Francisco, and then on that same trip we went to New Orleans, which was great, very good. Then we went on another trip, which he really impressed me, was going to Japan, and we went to the Philippines. That was the longest he's ever been on a plane. I think to San Francisco as well. Nah, I think because when you have fam- family or parents from the West Indies or even Africa, I know about this. A lot of times they when they whether they move to America or Europe, they kind of only go back home to their home country like when they get time off. They don't usually like explore other places. I'm not saying all, but I'm just saying the majority don't really leave time for traveling and exploring new places. So usually my father goes from either New York to Haiti or like Miami to Haiti, and those are short flights, no more than 4 hours. So the goal to New York to San Francisco is between like it's over 5 hours. I'll just pretty much say that. And then to go to Japan, which is like a 14-hour flight, and then another 5 or 6 to the Philippines, I was ecstatic. And then we had to go back. Yeah, so that was crazy. Um, so that bonding time and the memories, we can always look back and, oh, you remember this and that. You can't do that with a mug. You're not gonna say, "Oh, remember when I went to the Philippines and I bought you a mug that says the Philippines?" It's not the same effect. So that's why I said um, I stopped buying souvenirs. But to the point of today is, you know, what are the lessons that you learned? And one of the things that really touched me all the time is talking to local people and also immigrants in a particular place. So here in Turks and Caicos, the Haitian population surpassed the local population. So it's about 35,000 people in Turks and Caicos, and Haitians surpass the locals, which is crazy. And after talking to people, it just reminds you of how, like, it reminds you of so many things. It reminds you how blessed you are, like a person like me who is Haitian American, born in America, Haitian American citizenship. You're able to go so many places. I never had to think about the thought of papers or being somewhere and not knowing my immigration status or all these things that people have to worry about, green cards, visas. I never have to worry about any of these things. And this is a blessing. And sometimes there's even people who grow up, they don't even know that they don't have their papers or they're not legal. It's like when they grow up, and sometimes their parents weren't able to help them, you know, get their papers or whatever the case may be, and like they're stuck in limbo. And now, as a young adult, they have to deal with things that they weren't prepared for. Me, as an American, you don't worry about, you bypass all that stuff. So it gives you a greater sense of appreciation for like what your parents did, and even the benefits America gives you. And you know these people come to these places, and you see them everywhere, and, and essentially they're helping to build this place. Like all the construction sites are there, all the hospitality stuff in the restaurant. It's not a place that I went and this, the workers aren't mostly Haitian or whatever. And I'm so happy to see them. They're my people. And at the same time, you just know how hard it is for them because everyone would prefer to be where they're from, where their language and their culture and their own people, rather than to have to leave and go to someone else's place because where they are um, has less opportunities for them. So I think it's always good to remember that with immigrants, like they really want to be they really want to be in their home country. It's just that they have no choice, and they have to venture out to get a better life. Even for the people, uh, there are people, even like they're called jitneys or like cab drivers. Some of them do it without license, like taxi licenses, I believe, or paperwork. And sometimes, the thing I'm happy about here is that they use American money, so the value of their money will be greater than if they were doing the same kind of driving in Haiti. They make the money faster, even though things are more expensive here. But uh, it's, at least they still have resources. Um, so, I, but I'm happy in the sense that they get to make money. But you know, I think in the forefront of their mind is like, oh man, I still don't have my papers, and I heard to get that set up, it's very difficult, and it costs about 10,000 or whatever. So it's not easy at all, even because even like myself as an entrepreneur, even if you if you're making money, and it's coming in good, if it's not done correctly, that 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 ship will eventually sink. So I've in the past I've started a few endeavors where it was small scale and I was starting it, but if you don't do it right, like it will come to an end. Like they say, all good things come to an end. So I think in the forefront of their mind, this is the issue. Like they're making money is good, but let something happen where they start cracking down on people and things like that, and they have to go, for example, it becomes an issue. So just that middle ground of if the pot gets stirred, then it affects you. It's kind of crazy, but that's what I. All in all, that's what I was trying to tell people. Kind of when you travel, try to get more out of it than just the beautiful weather. Have something like really touch you and impact you, because I know it does for me every single time. It really motivates me, and I'll end it by this. It kind of gives you that motivation and that push for you to work harder, because I always say this in my head: being an American, there's so many people from around the world that would love to be in your spot or your shoes. Cause I feel like, and I'm not saying that all people want to be there because it's so glamorous and it's so great. Cause there are flaws as well. But I'm just saying, like, I look at it like we all have spots, and there's so many people from around the world that would love to be in your spot. It's like a job. Just X amount of positions available, and people are looking at what you're doing with your position. And I know you can attest to saying that this person doesn't deserve this position, or I can smoke this person and what they're doing. So I kind of carry the same thought of I have to do the best I could, because you have my people going